Hello there! So today we're going to be testing out some Makeup Revolution products. Yeah, okay, let's do this. I mean, really, what's going on with my hair? I know, I look like... What's this? Anyway, just ignore it and let's get on. Oh, today we're going to be testing out the absolutely sensationally packaged Life on the Dance Floor VIP eyeshadow palette. I had no intentions of buying this in Superdrug. I saw it in all of its glittery glory. I looked inside and I said, yes. I said, how could I leave it here? I have to have it. And there was one left. I thought, yes, this is just meant to be. So yeah, we're going to be testing out this beautiful palette. There were two shades in particular that sold this to me, and they are these two mattes right here. Oh, I was thinking, what's going on? Am I being attacked by birds? My alarm's going off. Why would my alarm be going off now? Can you hear this? I was sat here thinking, what's going on? Like, why can I hear tropical birds? I mean, am I in a rainforest right now? I mean, really? Okay, shut up. I mean, really? What a rude situation. Have you ever heard such a gaggle of ruder birds in your life? Okay, so yeah, I love this warm-toned grey and then this kind of taupey, like plummy shade. They were just the two shades that made me say yes. I said yes, I'm having it, and then I bought it, and here it is right now. I also have one of the Skin Kiss highlighters. This is in the shade Pink Kiss. I have tried a couple of these, and well, I tried 3 of them when they very first released them, and I hated them. Like, I literally hated them, and I got so many negative comments on the video where I did my first impressions, because I know a lot of people do like them, but I hate it. I didn't like them, so it's just personal preference. But I did think that I would give them, or this one, another go just to see, because so many people gave me like a headache for not liking them. I thought, right, fine, okay, I'll give it another go and see. So yeah, I've got this one to try, and I also have a lipstick. Again, this is one of the VIP lipstick exclusives, Life on the Dance Floor. Is that what the palette? Oh yeah, so look. Oh my gosh, these are twins. I mean, really, look, matchy. So this is in the shade Exclusive, and we're actually gonna test this one out first. It is a limited edition, I believe, or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm getting confused because the name of this is called Exclusive. It's very confusing right now. Okay, so I'm going to actually try this out first. I have swatched it, and I do have a bit of a suspicion that this could be a dupe for my all-time favourite lipstick ever, which is Faux by MAC. I'm going to just swatch it again, and if I think that, I'm going to go and get Faux, and we can compare side by side. So this is it. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Right, it does. It looks like fecking Faux. I'm going to get Faux. Just give me one sec. Okay, so guys, I legged it all the way downstairs. I got my Faux, and I swatched it on the way back up just because I was so excited. They don't look anything alike. Like, Faux is a lot more pink, and Exclusive is a lot more of like a brownie kind of undertone. I mean, really, at least I burned some calories out, which is great. This is Exclusive. Let's give this bad boy a go. Oh, it's very smooth. I like it, and creamy. I like it. Like, I've tried one of their lipsticks in the shade Chauffeur, which is a little bit of a dupe for MAC Smith, and I find that one can be quite dry and like pully on the lips, but this one just literally like glides over your lips, which I really like. Okay, so this shade is like actually really beautiful. I really love it. It's my kind of shade. It's kind of quite close to my natural lip colour, but I'm loving the feel of it on my lips. It feels very comfortable. I like the fact that it's not just like a, you know, a dry matte, and yeah, it feels hydrating. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Exclusive. I think it was like £4 or £5, super affordable, and it's just one of those nudes that I feel like anyone could wear. So I really like this. Also, like, before I did the video, because the video today, I thought I was just going to be like doing a first impression just on the palette, but then I thought, well, actually I've got other products from Makeup Revolution, so why not bang them in as well? Have a bit of a Makeup Revolution orgy kind of situation. So I did put highlight on this morning, so I'm going to kind of try and get that off as much as I can, and then we're going to go in and test out the highlight. So yeah, I'm going to, like, how do I get highlight off? Could I use a hat, maybe, like my hat? Just to kind of rub it off. I didn't put a lot of highlight on, just like, oh, look, I've taken a lot off with my hat. Okay, and I had a bit of a shimmery blush on too, so if I just kind of wipe it, I mean, I think that's done the trick. What do you think? Like, you can't really see anything. Do you agree? Okay, whatever, I'm doing it because I can't hear what you're saying anyway, so I'm just gonna have to trust myself on this one. Okay, one of the people's, let's just say the people's biggest complaint when I first tested out the Skin Kiss highlighters, one of their biggest complaint was that I wasn't using the right brush. So I'm going to kind of cover my back today. I'm going to use a fecking fan brush, a fecking tapered highlight brush, and yeah, if all that fails, I'll just get my dildo out and then I can say, well, hey, I gave it a really good go. I don't have a dildo, by the way. I really don't have a dildo. If I did have a dildo, it would be diamond encrusted, just like this, but probably like rose gold, I feel. Let's keep it classy, you know. But anyway, okay, so this is Pink Kiss. I'll just do a little swatch, and this was one of the newer batch of shades. I think to begin with, they had like peach ice. Did they call them ice? Ice Kiss? I have no idea. But oh my, oh, take my breath away. Oh, it looks very powdery though, so I'm stopping my song right there. I love the kind of icy pinkness of this. If I just do a swatch, it feels very thick. Like, I seem to recall this was my issue last time. Although I'm loving that. I'm loving the kind of, you know, glow, the metallic sheen. Okay, so I mean, I just feel like it's a very thick kind of highlight. I'm loving how it looks, you know, the remnants fit on my finger. So I feel like, okay, maybe if I use a little bit less than I think I should. So I'm going to begin with my tapered highlight brush. I'll just make sure it's clean. Oh, it's not clean. I mean, really, like, look, there's loads of stuff coming off. I thought it was clean. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to use like a little bit. Like, I've just got the tiniest amount there, and I'm going to just get rid of some of it. Okay. Oh, God, this brush is shedding so much. Like, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's there. Okay, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to try and apply it with my finger. So I've just got a little bit on my finger. And because I, like, you know, when I first watched it, I went round, 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 round. I was going round the roundabout too many times. I just, like, went round once. And look, you can see it looks a lot less chunky. So if I just use my finger to apply. Okay, so I mean, it is very, like, intense. And I feel like, you know, it gives off a lovely, like, pinky glow. But at the same time, it is very unflattering on, like, my texture on my skin, of which I have a lot. So I'm just going to use the tapered brush, just to kind of finesse it all. I mean, I'm liking it. It's definitely a bit of a 20-yarder for me. You know, from back here, I'm like, yes, ba-boom. Let's just blow your pants off, you know, I'm loving it. It's just kind of, you know, up close, you can definitely see a lot of texture, which I'm not a huge fan of, but maybe if I just wore it on a day where I knew I wasn't going to be, like, up close to anyone, it'd be fine. So I definitely feel like, I think I prefer the finger kind of application, but I am going to just, you know, give my fan brush a bit of a workout, just because it was excited, it was there, and it was saying, Anwen, you can't just get me out and not use me. I mean, you neglect me enough as it is. I mean, really. The fecking tropical birds are back again. Why? Why is my alarm even going off right now? Like, seriously, sorry about this, guys. I've got to reset this alarm because I don't know why. Why is it going off right now? It's ridiculous. Alarm. I don't have an alarm. Well, why? Why? I don't have alarm. There's not one set. Like, why? Why am I being haunted by these tropical birds? This is a bit freaky, this, guys. Get ready for my next video, story time. Haunted by tropical birds. Trying to film. Keep being disturbed. They're haunting me. They're taking over my life. They're trying to take over my soul. I mean, really. Okay, so yeah, so I've put a little bit on my fan brush. Sorry, back to the highlight. I mean, really. Okay, so. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, so I mean, I'm definitely liking the application with the fan brush. Do you know what? I take back, well, I don't take back my other review because I didn't like them in that review and they were my honest thoughts at that time. But however, I really like this. I really like it. This obviously is a lot more of an intense kind of look. And then this is more of like a subtle look. I think the fan brush or like a very soft brush would definitely be the way forward with this formula, or even just, you know, using your finger just to apply it. You can see that the finger application really does get a lot of intensity going on. So I mean, yeah, the highlight on my nose is from my previous highlight, but I'm going to pop a little bit of this on anyway. I mean, do I love this formula? I don't think I love it, just because I don't feel like it is the most flattering on my texture, but I'm not hating it. I mean, I'm not hating it. I like it. I mean, I like it. I just think it would just look a lot better if I didn't have all the texture that I have. But I mean, let's face it, this is glowing for days. I mean, it would be so rude of me to say that this was bad, because it's not. I mean, I think it's great. I'm going to pop a little bit more on. I mean, why the hell not? And do you know what I did, right? In my last video where I tested out Primark makeup, I went to town on my forehead. Literally, I popped a feck load of a highlight on my forehead and I loved it. I was living for it, and I've done it again. And I'm living for it. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead, finesse all of this, and then we're going to come back and we're going to test out the amazingly beautiful palette. Ba-pow. Okay, so this is the Life on the Dance Floor VIP palette. They did bring out 2 other palettes. I believe one of them was like more kind of goldy, bronzy, like just kind of warmer tones. And there was another palette, and I cannot remember what that was like, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry, this isn't very helpful, is it? This palette features a range of shimmers and mattes. I think that the kind of colours that they've put in are fantastic. A lot of them, like in the tradition of like Morphe palettes, like if you look closely, like they do, like a lot of them do look a little bit similar. But yeah, it just like really spoke to me. You get a wonderful like mirror there, which is great. I love the glitter kind of packaging. This isn't like textured. It's kind of like more like a glitter. It's like a wallpaper of glitter, and then they've put a laminate situation over the top, so it feels like smooth. I don't know, but the thing that I really like is that they've gone to the extra effort of naming all of the shades, like Morphe have started doing. They've put like a little like overlay type situation with all the names on. So we have the names. Actually, my 2 favourite ones are called Rank, that's not a very positive name, and On the Rocks. Again, not very positive. They've got Tycoon, Big Shot. Are we talking about a porn film here? I mean, really? They've got Prominence, LBD, Let's Go Balls Deep. I have no idea what that means. But anyway, okay, so I have no idea what kind of look I'm going to do. I'm just going to be winging it. Obviously, I don't want the video to be a million years long, so I'm probably not going to show you all of it. So it's probably going to be a bit quick, but if you do want me to do another video like on the palette, I would happily do that for you. Also, these are going to be my first impressions as opposed to like a full-on review. But I will be kind of leaving updates in the comments down below if you want to know more of my longer term thoughts. So I'm just going to like swatch a few of the shades, because again, I don't want the video to be a million years long and there's a lot of shades. So I'm going to, so these are 3 of the kind of shimmery shades. We've got this one, and that one. Okay. Keep in mind, I compare all shimmers to Gervais Place shimmers, which is probably wrong because Gervais Place are more expensive than Makeup Revolution. But I mean, these shimmers, they're not kind of massively like blowing me away at this point. So we've got 3 more. Yeah, they're not great. Like, they're just not blowing me away. They're not awful. Like, they're not in any way awful. And for the price, fantastic. But, like, in a way, I would much rather they had less shades in here, but maybe put a bit more effort into the actual formula, if you know what I mean. Like, quality over quantity. Because they do have some shades, like these two, which look quite similar. And even like these two, do you need these two? I don't know. These two look quite similar. Like these look quite similar. Do you know what I mean? I probably would have preferred like less shades, but a slightly higher quality of formula. But I mean, the palette's super cheap. By the way, look at me glowing. I mean, I'm glowing, glowing, glowing. But can you see like how all the textures like really emphasized? Like the other day I used my BH Cosmetics Blacklight palette to do like a bit of forehead, like OTT highlighting, and it didn't look like a bit like patchy and textured like that does. But anyway, because these were my 2 favorite shades, I feel like I have to use these. So I'm going to start with this like warm toned grey. I keep wanting to say brown. Like I Snapchatted this palette and I was saying brown, but it's not brown, Anwen. Why is that brown? Do you know what? I've lost like my absolute favorite like crease blending brush ever, and I just feel lost at sea. No, not you, not you. I've got it. She's got it. Yeah, she's really got it. Good. I've been watching too much Dora the Explorer, and in Dora the Explorer, if you don't have kids and you don't, you know, have the joy of watching it, when she does something good, she goes, I did it. Yeah, we really did it. Yeah. So now, like, whenever I do something that I'm happy with, in my head, I can hear Dora, we did it. Yeah, we really did it. Yeah. And it's like so annoying. I have already like done the base work up on my eye, so it is literally ready for me to just rock and roll all over it. I mean, okay, so there's not much happening at this point, but I mean, it's early days. It's very early days. I feel like as well, Makeup Revolution is such a well-loved brand, and for, you know, the like right reasons, it's a great brand. I happen to love the majority of the products that I've bought from Makeup Revolution, and I've bought a lot of stuff from Makeup Revolution, but I do feel like, you know, if I ever like do a video and I kind of criticize a Makeup Revolution product, I do get a lot of like, you know, bitchy comments, I find. But like this isn't giving me a whole lot. I think this is like the 3rd time I've dipped in, and I'm not getting a whole lot of you know, colour payoff here. Can you see? Like, can you see anything in there? Let me just swatch this. Okay, so that's what it looks like on my finger. I swatched it in store and I really, really liked it. Sorry, I've got so much going on my hand right now. By the way, these mattes do feel like super smooth and buttery, but as you can see, like there's not really much in the way of pigmentation to it. Like you can barely see it, and I went in like 3 or 4 times, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye, not that you will really be able to tell, and then I'm going to move on to my second favorite shade. Yeah, okay, so really, really, like, sadly, this kind of warm tone grey, like, I literally, like, dipped back in, like, 3, 4 times and nothing. So next we're going to go in with the second shade. Like, actually, I described it as a taupe, but it's probably more along the mauvey lines. Does anyone really know what mauvey or taupe means? Because I don't, but it sounds like it would be the right kind of name. Okay, please have a little bit more payoff here, please. Okay, maybe a little something's happening. Not much though, not much. And you know, when I'm doing my makeup, like, it's not like I ever have a lot of time to, you know, to kind of do my makeup in the morning. I have like 15 minutes just to get everything done. and looking acceptable. And I feel like with this palette, like you've really got to maybe spend a bit of time on it. But okay, so because neither of those two shades worked, I'm going to go in with a shimmer next. I like the look of this like icy pink one, so I'm going to go in with that one, and I'm going to just use my finger to apply. This is what it looks like on my finger. Where is it? Is it there? Okay, there doesn't seem to be much, there's not much happening. Oh my gosh, this is so fucking crap. Sorry guys, this is fucking crap. Like literally, what? Like literally, I've bought eyeshadows for like half the price of this from AliExpress, which I know everyone slates AliExpress, but they've been so much better than this. I mean, at least I can see them on my eye. What is this? I mean, what? Even Fix Plus won't save this, I don't feel. Okay, right, so that's not worked. Okay, so next I'm going to go in, like, I don't know, should I try this one? Yeah, okay, I'm going to give this one a go. This is a beautiful, like, coppery kind of shade, so... Okay, so this one's coming to town a little bit, but it's not great. I mean, it's it's there. I'm going to throw some Fix Plus onto this as well in a minute. I just felt like with the lighter pink, there was no point putting Fix Plus on it when you could barely see it. So I'm kind of liking this one. Okay, so I'm going to just get my little brush and I'm going to apply some Fix Plus. Do you know what as well? I think I'm going to go in with this like peachy, kind of bronzy shade and give this one a go. Oh, I just got a little bit in my eye and it was a little bit like, oh, do you know what? This looks really nice. I'm really liking this kind of shade. It's just like a bronzy kind of, light bronzy. Okay, so I'm really loving that. Okay, so I'm going to just go in again, just using my finger to the other lid just to see. Like, I definitely feel this shade is more pigmented than the others I've used, but look, this is what it is without like Fix Plus and just with applying with my finger, which by the way, usually with like shimmery shades, my finger is, you know, more than good enough to apply the product to my eyelid. But look, so this is what it looks like just on its own, and then on this side is how it looks with the help of Fix Plus. I do tend to use Fix Plus with a lot of my shimmers anyway, you know, so I have no problem using Fix Plus just to intensify shimmers, but I feel like a lot of the time I'll, like with my Device Place Magic palette, I'll use Fix Plus just to really get the most out of the shadow, but you know, without it they would look really good, whereas with this palette I feel like you kind of have to use Fix Plus or a wet brush, because if you don't, I don't think you're going to really end up with a lot of stuff going on. With this eye, I've still got the remnants of that warmer copper tone, so I am going to just go in with my finger and I'm just going to apply a bit more of that, you know, just on the inner corner. Okay, so there we go. I am kind of liking it, but mostly not. The reason being, can you see how chunky it looks on my eyelid? I mean, it looks so fucking chunky. I'm not liking that, not one bit. It almost looks like foiled, but not in a good way. So, okay, so next I'm going to try and build up something in my crease, because like I've got nothing going on in the crease and it's annoying me somewhat. So I'm going to go in with, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go in with this like chocolatey brownie kind of shade. Okay, so that's doing something. I'm also going to take this like under my eye as well. Okay, so I'm liking that. You can kind of see it, which is, you know, great. Okay, so I went ahead and I put like a mixture of these two in my crease and also under my eye. And then I put a little bit of the bronzy shimmer also in like the middle of my under eye. I feel like I've got a lot of the powder in my eye, so my eyes are like struggling a little bit, but I do feel like the mattes, especially like the darker mattes, work a lot better than the lighter kind of mattes. So I'm just going to try and add a little bit more intensity, and I'm going to add this like beautiful, like it's like a reddy toned kind of brown. I'm going to just pop this on. Okay, so I am done. I've let my hair down because I'm ready to party. I'm not. I'm just going to go and wrap some Christmas presents up after this. But I kind of, actually, sorry, I was admiring my eyelashes. I mean, how rude. But I tried mixing the fibres from the Gigi Hadid Maybelline collab fibres mascara with my favourite Lash Princess. And I was just looking at my eyelashes like, yes, yes, hunty, yes, hunty. That's what Jeffree Star would say. Hunty, yes. Come through. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, sorry, I can't not look at my eyelashes. Sorry. Okay, so the eye look I kind of like. I think it's okay. It's nice. But I, like, honestly, like as I always am, don't think that this is the best palette that I spent £10 on, if you know what I mean. Like, as I mentioned earlier, I bought some really brilliant eyeshadow palettes recently from AliExpress, from a brand called Beauty Glaze, and also Focaccia, Focaccia, yay! Anyway, so yeah, I bought some really brilliant palettes, and they're much cheaper than this one and much better. I found that I didn't really like the shimmers. The light pink one just didn't come to town, but I like the more bronzy ones. But I do feel like you definitely have to use like a wet brush with them to get them to like really look good. But even then, they do have that kind of very chunky like effect, which for someone with more mature eyelids, it's not the most flattering. I think it's a bit of a disappointment. The two shades that drew me to the palette were just flops because I couldn't even see them. I think the darker of the mattes actually were really, really good, but again, just not the best. And I know that everyone's going to be saying, well, Anwen, it's £10. And I know that, but I've bought palettes that are under £10 that are a lot better. So as I said earlier, my kind of overview is I wish they put less shades in and maybe just refined the formula a little bit. As you know, like, I don't know, should I call the video like quality over quantity? I don't know, but that's what's coming to mind about the palette. Yeah, it's not my favourite, guys. It's not. And I have to be honest, it was definitely a bit disappointing to me, unfortunately. But I will try it again. I don't think I'm going to really change my mind, but I'll give it another go, and I'll let you know in the comments down below if my thoughts have changed in any way, or I'll let you know on Snapchat. But, you know, what can we do? I love the lipstick. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I just applied a little bit more and I love it. I think it's wonderful. The highlight. I'm still not truly sold on it. Okay, because look, can you just see like how dry it's made my skin look? And I know, like, you could say that about any highlight. I think most highlighters will emphasize texture on skin, but I've got highlighters that don't do it quite as much as this. So I have to say, like, this Skin Kiss formula isn't my favourite. I probably won't be reaching for this. Maybe in videos, because I think it does look good from afar. But in my, like, daily life, I don't think I would be using it when I have to, like, be up close to people, if you know what I mean. But my opinion definitely has gone up a little bit just based on that one to the other three I've tried. But anyway, if you like a super intense highlight and you've got like not a lot of texture on your skin, I think that you may love it. Please don't come for me in the comments. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to change my mind. I am not. This woman is not for changing. I mean, really. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if you tried any of these products. What do you think? What are your favourite Makeup Revolution products ever? Mine is probably this. It's the Pearl Lights Loose Highlight. Oh my gosh, seriously, I just love that. That's brilliant. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye. Okay, so it's now the next day, and I used this palette twice so far today. I used it once, took it off and then used it again. So I've got it on my eyes right now, and I'm not hating the look, but my thoughts haven't changed on the palette. I really wanted to give it a bit more of a go, just so I could give you like a little bit of an update after the initial first impression, and my thoughts are still the same. I don't really like it. It's not for me. I am going to show you swatches of the palette just in a minute at the end of the video so that you can see how it looks swatched. I know that swatches don't mean an awful lot, but I just figured that it might be something that you would want to see, so I've kind of thrown that in at the end. And I would be more than happy to do live swatches for you if you would like to see live swatches. But I mean, I love the colours in the palette. I think they're beautiful. As I said, it's just the formula. I think that the shimmers are a bit crap, like they don't really show up, or they just don't. They're just not very good, like you'll see in the swatches. And the mattes, although I think are better, I just personally, I find them a little bit more tricky to work with. That's probably down to my lack of skill, but yeah, this is just not for me, which is a shame because, as I said, I love the colour family in here. They did bring out 2 other palettes in this VIP range, and there's one in particular which has very warm tones in, which everyone just seems to love that palette. So I don't know, maybe if that one is better, because I do find that it's the lighter of the shades in this palette, like these 2 that I was initially drawn to, and the light shimmers. They're the ones that just don't show up at all, and you'll see in the swatches, like the lighter shades just do not show up. And I know that, like, I have pretty fair skin on my underarms, but yeah, they just don't show up. So maybe like in the palettes where the shades are darker, it could be better, but it's just not for me, guys. Not for me, sadly. But you know, I feel like I've given it a good go, and I hope that you know that this is nothing against Makeup Revolution. I love Makeup Revolution. I would definitely say my favourite palette by Makeup Revolution is this one, which is the Chocolate and Peaches palette. I think it's beautiful, and I use this one fairly often. I love Makeup Revolution highlighters. I love their contour stick. I love their eyebrow products. I love their blushes. So, you know, I'm a big fan. So I hope you don't think, oh my gosh, Anwen's just hating all over Makeup Revolution. I'm not. It's just that I will always give you my honest opinion, and this is my honest opinion. It's just not for me. I don't think you're ever going to honestly love every single product that a brand releases. Like, it's just, it would be impossible. Like, one of my favourite brands is Urban Decay, but there's quite a few of their products that I don't like. You know what I mean? That's just the way that it is. Yeah, I love Javaya's Place, but I'm not really a fan of the Nubian too. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. But anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know your comments and thoughts down below. And yeah, I will be back soon with more. Bye, guys. Okay, so I've done swatches just to show you, because I wanted to give you swatches because I felt like you could kind of see the pigment a bit more, even though swatches lie, so you can't really go too much off swatches, but I just thought it might be useful. So I've swatched these first two lines. Okay, so you can see there's just not a lot of pigment, particularly with the shimmers, but also with the mattes. So there we go, and I'm in front of a window, so like I feel like the light's as good as it could be. But I've now swatched these 2 bottom lines, and this is what they look like. I feel like with the mattes, like whenever I swatch them, I always end up with like a line in the middle, if you can see what I mean. They are pretty powdery. Again, the shimmers are kind of nothing to really write home about. And like I've tried this out twice more on my eyes today, and I've just not liked it. I just want to give you as much info as I can, because I know that a lot of people seem to like this palette. Obviously, it's personal preference. For me, this just isn't the kind of eyeshadow formula that I like, but I mean, that's just me. If you want me to do live swatches, I will happily do that for you, so please let me know. But it's just, you know, personal opinion. This palette just isn't for me.